Assalamu alaikum guys. In this video I will be letting you know how to create VLOOKUP against real data. So I will be copying the data from SQL Server, copy with the headers and pasting in Excel sheet, and you can see there are 31 columns here. So I will be looking for VLOOKUP, and it is input value where from the VLOOKUP will match the entire data. So it will be A1, A2, sorry, uh, to match the input, and here I will be giving it the data from it can retrieve. So it will be sheet 1 and it's all columns. So here is the range. I have defined the range for it, and now the index column from against the matched value, it will be giving us the column value against the matched id, sorry. So I will be entering here 2. There are one count for columns, so I will be entering 2 so I can retrieve the username for it, user id for it. And there is the input value, and against 1 you can see the value of user id 12345. And now we'll be retrieving the username admin, and so I will be copying the VLOOKUP formula, and now I will be changing the index column to 3. So 3 referring to the seek column, and you can see it is giving us the admin value. So you can see 12345 and then admin name. So similarly, if I enter 2, you can see this desired results for that. So now I will be giving the example with the 5 columns. So I will be copying the VLOOKUP formula and pasting it in this C1 column, and will change the column for lookup. And similarly, I will be pasting it and change the VLOOKUP form column index to 4. So now you can say the entries, and if I copy the data and paste it just below the input, you can see it is matching. So that's how you can implement the VLOOKUP formula. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for my channel and let me know in which topic you want to see next videos. Thank you very much. Hi, in this series I will be exploring 25 formulas in Excel sheet. So we'll be starting with the concatenate or concat. Concat is the latest version, like Office 365 and latest versions are using that. So in the older version, it is named as concatenate. So I will be using the older formula, so it can be compatible across all the formats. So let's start with the concatenate. Basically it is used to merge two or more uh, strings. So let's start concatenate. So it is asking for text 1, and we will be referring to the A1 A2 column. and then it should be merging B2 and C2. So you can append as many as you can. So you can see here it has merged three strings. So if you want to add the space in between, you should be doing double semicolon in between, and space in between, and it should be fine. So you can see there is space and three columns are merged together. So if you click on left, right bottom column, double click there, you should be getting concatenation across all these rows. So we will be now checking for the count. There are three formulas for count A and count blank. So we will be looking to see how each of them works. So for the count, it is basically counting the numeric values only. So let's see if I use count and I am giving the range. So it is counting 13. So if I attach another column to it, it won't be counting it because it doesn't have any uh, numeric value in it. You can see count is still 13. So if you go to the count A, it will be basically counting all the values within the range. So count A. So let's give him it the range, and you can see it is 26. So if we see the range again, it is not counting the blanks value. Uh, Next is count black, count blank. So for count blank, it will be uh, giving us the total count of blanks within the range. So let's do that. You can see the count is 0 because it doesn't have any blank values. Now let's extend the range here and do this. Enter, and you can see it showing 26 count because if you see in the range 13 is there. So, and apart from that, there are 25 blank columns. So that's how count A and count blank works. Thank you. Count if basically counting the item with if condition. Conditional formatting counting start with count if. So there will be range specified for it. So we will be specifying the range, and after that the criterion. So let's say criteria is 4. So here is the count, and it is equivalent count. And if you are looking for a greater or conditional format getting greater than less than values, then we can use double inverted commas, and then here we can specify the condition less than, maybe you can say a 12. We want to specify the value here, so we will be doing less than a12 value is 1016. You can see the count less than, and here you can see the count is 10. So as per count ifs, you can add multiple ifs here. So let's do count ifs, and criterion one, specify the criteria, and then criteria is count for items where ID is 101. So we can say 101, 1001. You can say the count if it is true, and then the another condition specifying the range first. So here is the range that it should be all count. See, you can see the count again, it is 2. And now we will want to filter out the Pepsi one. So again specifying the range, and now we will be specifying that it should be filtering out the Pepsi one. So again equivalent to Pepsi. Getting some errors as well. So just to clarify the things, so we should be specifying the same row range. So it should be, if it is 15 range for the row range for a column, it should be same range for other conditions as well. So it will be B15 for that range, and we enter. You can see that it is giving the count.
For count if it will be counting the values within the certain condition, and for sum if and ifs it will be summing up the range value according to the condition. So if you use the sum if formula, there is there is two ranges. Range from where we have will be applying the filter, and some range it should be numeric value, from it can sum up the values. So range, we will be defining the range here. It will be like this, and then the criteria should be E2, and some range it will be going by the price. So basically we are asking it that any category which is under the hot drinks, it should be summing up the values. So apply enter. So it should be the column item category, not the item name. So I will be switching it to item category, and remember that the range for both columns should be equalized, otherwise we will not be getting the correct amount of data. So let's enter it, and you can see the sum, it is 19. So if you go against the price, you can see the sum is 19. And if I change it to juices, sum ifs or multiple ifs is different from sum if criteria. So in sum ifs we will be specifying the summing range first, which will be the numeric values. So for that we will be selecting the cells under the price, and then the criteria range from we can do the filter. So it will be item category and then the filter specific value. For that I have mentioned you need to named juice. So we'll be filtering out that. You can see the count is sum is 14. So for multiple ranges we can select now orange name from the juices. So what we can do, we can select the range and then enter the name orange in the criteria. So you can see the count is 5, and other way is specifying the name. We can specify the cell name where orange name is entered. So it will be E3. We can copy the if formula and instead of orange value we can specify the cell name. So we will be replacing the orange with the cell E3. So that's how if and sum ifs work.
Now for the average formula, it is quite straightforward formula. You have to select the average and select the range here. So you can see the average is 7, and you can select multiple columns here as well. So if you expand that, you can see it is doing the count average against the uh, 26 count. You can see here 351.77. So if I select uh, third column as well for average, and if it is containing the character value, it will ignore that, like this. If any cell has that character value, it will simply ignore it and the count will remain the same. You can see here. So 39, but average is remaining the same. But for average A, it will consider the number of columns with the string value as well. So you can see here that it is number of count is decreased because it is dividing by 39 now. So for average if you can work with the simple average, and it can have if condition as well. So like average, it is asking for range. So range is defined here, and then the criteria, maybe you can see value greater than the for value, and then for average range you can then again specify the range which is number of cells, and then it will be dividing by the number of cells. So here is the average if, and if you note one thing, if I in the criteria range, if I define non-numeric value, it will give us the error there. So we have to define the right criterion there.
see if no numeric value is entered, it is giving us the error. So for every GIF, you have to specify the every range and then the criteria range. So criteria range 1 should be, we can say, juices item category name, and then the criteria is that it should filter double H value. So you can see that category with double H value is 6. So average is 6 as well. If you want to add multiple if conditions, simply you have to add another criteria range and then the criteria for that. That is condition. So we will be looking for hot drink and then we will be filtering out for the tea. So let's do that. So it is giving us the average for hot drinks, which is 6.33, and then we will be adding another range here, criteria range, that it should filter out the item name where the name is tea. So you can see that in the hot drinks, if you go by the tea, there is one value is present and average is coming up as 7 as well. Min and max are quite simplified. Just select the range for min and it will give you the minimum value between the range. You can see the minimum value is 4, and similarly for the max you can select the range and it will give you the maximum value within the range. So we will be talking about the text formula now. It is very rich formula. So I have just copied some formula for you. So I will be just copying them to Excel sheet. So start with the dollar sign integration with the numeric value. So it is basically formula is used for customizing the output field. Like it will be if you are using numeric value and it output will be the text, but in the certain customized format. So we will be starting the uh, session with the first one to just show up this dollar sign, and you can see dollar is formatted to round off to two decimal places. So let's move to the next formula. It is formatting the date, and you can see it is showing today date, but if you add year and it will show 4-digit year. So you can customize it as per your need. If I add M another one, you can see Fab is came out. So you can customize it as per your requirement. Now to just get the week of uh, day of the week, here is the formula. Just exclude and everything else and have 4 Ds. You can get the day of the week, and then certain formula to just get the hours and minutes, and you can see it is showing the time as well. Then the if you want to show the percentage for decimal places, you can see 0.28, and this percentage coming out as 28.5%. And then fraction. So if you want to show is add fraction, like 4 instead of 4.34, you want to show it 4 and then the fraction of it. So you can use this formula as well. After that, trim. I will be pasting over those formulas in description, video description below, and you can refer them from there. So trimming out, you can see that there was space between to start with. So to just trim out that, we can use this. Like if I enter here 4, you can see to just trim out the spaces from left or right, and then exponential, like if it is having multiple zeros and you want to count them, you can use it like this format, and it will be giving you the exponential value of it. Then phone number, if you want to have a specific format. So like city code, it should come in brackets, and then after three numeric values, uh, the three digits, it will give you the dash sign and then the remaining value. So you can get it like that. And then basically, if you want to have text started, like you want to have uh, numeric value in some digits, it will be appending the uh, zeros at the start. Like if it is uh, 4 digits, and you can see zeros are 7, so it will be appending 3 zeros at the start. If I add 1 0 more, you can see it will be appending one more, and if I remove 3, it will show only 1 0. So that's how it formatted, and just to get the leading zeros, and then latitude and longitude. So you can see the latitude and longitude for the value. So that's how the text formula works. So we will be talking about the text formula now. It is very rich formula. So I have just copied some formula for you. So I will be just copying them to Excel sheet. So start with the dollar sign integration with the numeric value. So it is basically formula is used for customizing the output field. Like it will be text if you are using numeric value, and it output will be the text, but in the certain customized format. So we will be starting the uh, session with the first one to just show up this dollar sign, and you can see dollar is formatted to round off to two decimal places. So let's move to the next formula. It is formatting the date, and you can see it is showing today date, but if you add year, and it will show 4-digit year. So you can customize it as per your need. If I add another one, you can see Feb is came out. So you can customize it as per your requirement. Now to just get the week of uh, day of the week, here is the formula. Just exclude and everything else, and have 4 days. You can get the day of the week, and then certain formula to just get the hours and minutes, and you can see it is showing the time as well. Then the if you want to show the percentage for decimal places, you can see 0.28, and this percentage coming out as 28.5%. And then fraction. So if you want to show is at fraction, like for instead of 4.34, you want to show it 4 and then the fraction of it. So you can use this formula as well. After that, trim. I will be pasting all those formulas in description, video description below, and you can refer them from there. So trimming out, you can see that there was space between to start with. So to just trim out that, we can use this. Like if I enter here 4, you can see to just trim out the spaces from left or right, and then exponential. Like if it is having multiple zeros and you want to count them, you can use it like this format, and it will be giving you the exponential value of it. Then phone number, if you want to have a specific format. So like city code, it should come in brackets, and then after three numeric values, the three digits, it will give you the dash sign and then the remaining value. So you can get it like that. And then basically, if you want to have text started, like you want to have uh, numeric value in some digits, it will be appending the uh, zeros at the start. Like if it is uh, 4 digits, and you can see zeros are 7, so it will be appending 3 zeros at the start. If I add 1 0 more, you can see it will be appending one more, and if I remove 3, it will show only 1 0. So that's how it formatted. And just look at the leading zeros, and then latitude and longitude, so you can see the latitude and longitude for the value. So that's how the text formula works. Next formula is year fraction. It is just to give you the fraction between two dates in respect of year. So here you can see it is first date of January and then the first date of December, and the fraction is in decimal value. And there is third parameter where it is defining the number of days in a year. So you can see, if I see there is 360 days, then there is actual. Maybe if it is the lunar year, it will be having 360 days. So in actual, it will be calculating by 366. But if you give actual numeric value 3, it will be calculating by 365. So you can see the difference in the fraction as well. Now there's 5 formulas, like they are just to manipulate 6 formula, you can see, just to manipulate the string values. So these are quite simplified. I will be going through them very quickly. So start with the left. It will be getting the number of letters from left side of the string. So let's say I get value from b1 sorry a1, and ask him to give first three letters. So you can see well, and right is opposite of left, and I will be getting value from same column and same cell, and I will be asking to give me the value from right. So you can see welcome, and mid, it will be starting from the mid of a number of characters, like maybe if it is 6, it will be dividing it and getting starting index will be 3, and then the number of characters afterwards. So mid, and text again I will be getting E1, and start number, you can say start from 3, and number of characters 3. So you can see it is getting the value from mid and starting from 3. If I say start from 4 and give me 3, so you can see starting from 4 and giving 3 values, and lower is just to give everything is in the lower case, like E1 it will lower the case, and for upper it will everything will be in upper. And proper, so in the case of proper, anything in the word base, you can say if it is in the upper lower case and mixture of things, it will be giving you the first letter in the upper and rest will be the in the lower case. So any word, first letter will come as upper and rest will be the lowercase. So let's implement the 3 examples for that. First you can see this, let's do this proper and give it this value. Let's see the results. So you can see first letter of each word is in upper and rest are in the lowercase. So let's do the another example where all are in lowercase. So you can see the same output. And then another example where all are in uppercase. So you can see the output is same.
Hyperlink formula is simple. Just you have to enter the URL and its friendly name there, and it should be fine. So that's how hyperlink works. Today formula is quite simple. It will just return the current date, today date against the today. And then the if condition is the quite complex one. You can add as many as and an if condition or condition within the if. So we will be going to through it detail. So first we will be evaluating the if condition for single condition, if or and else, and after that we will go through the if condition included with the and at the end we will be going through our condition. So if it is simple, if it is above 10, you can simply put the message there, and otherwise in the else you can give any message there as well. So for condition like if it is age is 17, you can apply the formula for teen ager as well. So just to copy this, and then you can implement the formula here. So for sieve, for if it is greater than 12, you can say teenager, and similarly you can go for 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So I will be just skipping it quite quickly. So here you can see I just applied a similar formula for everything. If it is C for cell 4 is cell C5 is above than 20 19, I can implement 20, and then if it is cell 6 is C6 is greater than 19, I can say 30. So for similar condition I have applied 3 and for 4 conditions as well. So I think it is not the best practice. So you have to select the different tabs slab there, like for after each 10 10 20 30 40 50 each, there should be multiple conditions. So now we will be implementing those conditions now. So let's go to the e column, and I will be implementing those conditions here. If condition, if it is the condition is exceeding, you can print anything, and in the else condition you can implement the formula as well. You can again put the if condition there, so you can add as many as if conditions if you want. And I will be entering the formula which will be uh, feasible for all 5 cells: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So let's start with that. And again, I will be going quite quickly for that. S- So there is the if condition for that all the scenarios, and you can see the output there. So if similar conditions, and it is giving you the results. Now I can go to the or condition. I will be implementing the or condition for false. If both values become false, it will be going to the else part. So you can say if C greater than 11 or C4 greater than 17, it should say in teens age, otherwise in 20 or above. So you can see now, if any of the condition is getting false, it is saying us 20 or above. And if I repeat same condition for C4 and 5, you can see the message has changed because one of those conditions became for a true. So hope you understand the if and or condition. VLOOKUP is done, so three formulas are left. Trim basically remove these spaces from the text. It is basically used to remove these spaces. So let's use it. So here you can see it has start spaces and end spaces. So to just trim off those spaces, we can use trim. So you can see now trailing spaces are removed. So let's start with the index and match. So we are at the last three formulas now. VLOOKUP is already done. So index, match, and if error. So index is quite simpler. If you have 4 column, 4 row, and you apply 1 and 1, it means it will be getting the value from first column and first row. So you can see 1002 is the output, and we will be getting the value now from second column and second row. So row is first, so you can say second row and second column. So it will be sandwich. And now for third column and third row, Arabic in Salta. So you can see it will be giving the output third column, third row, Salta. So match formula has three variations now. One is less than, where it will give you the count of values less than within the array. Like it is 102. If I change it to 106, it count will be changed. You can see it count has incremented to 5. And second variation is exact match. 1006, and then we are matching the value within the array. So it is giving the match and giving you the index. Like if I say it 1003, you can see index value is 1003. So it is giving you the index value, and then the greater than variation. So let's see this, and if I enter, you can see I have get the error. So to remove this error or to catch that error, we can have a formula if error. So a formula under the if error condition. So what does it say? That it needs value in sorted form in descending order. So we have to sort the data in descending order. So I have just already sorted the data in descending order, and according to that I have the formula for it. So for this I already sorted the array here. So just use that. For value, let's say 1, and array, let's define that, and greater than. You can see the count here. So that's how our 25 formulas are completed. Thank you very much for watching, and do subscribe for more videos.